My father died on a Tuesday in October. It was a quiet morning. The kind of morning that doesn't warn you. The kind that looks exactly like every other morning until it doesn't. By Friday, my mother-in-law had already called the attorney. By Sunday, I had nothing. What she didn't know, what she couldn't have known, was that my father-in-law Robert had spent the last 18 months of his life making sure that this moment would not be the end of my story. He had a second attorney, one Diana had never met, one who had been sitting in an office in a town called Mitchell, waiting for exactly this phone call. This is the story of the blue envelope and what was inside it. My name is Sarah. I married James 6 years ago in a small ceremony at his family's lake cabin in Minnesota. It was August. The water was warm. Robert walked me down the aisle because my own father had passed 3 years before. He didn't have to do that. Nobody asked him to. He just appeared at my side that morning in his blue work shirt with the sleeves rolled up and said, "You ready, sweetheart?" And I said yes, and we walked. From the very first day, Diana had made one thing clear. I was not what she had imagined for her son. Not the right family, not the right background, not the right anything. She never said it directly. She didn't have to. It was in the way she talked over me at dinner, the way she forgot my birthday 3 years running, the way she looked at James when I spoke, checking his face instead of listening to mine. Robert was different. Robert saw me. When Robert got sick, cancer, stage 3. The diagnosis came on a Wednesday in February. Diana lasted 2 weeks at his bedside before she found reasons to be elsewhere. Too tired, too hard. Her back was bothering her. Her sister needed her in Phoenix. I stayed. Every medication, every appointment, every 3 a.m. when the pain woke him, and he needed water and someone to sit with him until it passed. 8 months. I was there for every single one of them. On his last night, Robert was very quiet. The kind of quiet that tells you something before the doctors do. He held my hand. His grip was still strong. Carpenter's hands. He had built furniture his whole life, and his hands remembered it even then. He said, "Sarah, I see what you do for this family. I see it even when no one else does." I told him to rest. He said, "Check the blue envelope. It's in my toolbox, in the garage. Don't let Diana see it first." I didn't know what that meant. I told him I would. He closed his eyes. He passed at 4:17 in the morning. Robert passed on a Tuesday morning. By Wednesday, Diana had already called the family attorney, a man named Gerald, who had handled Robert's estate paperwork for 20 years. By Thursday, a new will had appeared. Everything. The lake cabin, the house in Stillwater, the savings account with $112,000, the retirement bonds. Left jointly to Diana and James. The first was not mentioned. Not once. Not anywhere. On Friday morning, Diana came to the house. She was dressed nicely. She had her hair done. She carried a small envelope in her hand and she set it on the kitchen counter, the way you set down a receipt you don't really need. She said, "This is for you, Sarah, for your trouble. We appreciate everything you did." I picked up the envelope. Inside was a check. $500. I read it twice. $500. For 6 years of marriage. For 8 months of caregiving. For every night shift. For every medication. For every time I held his hand in the dark and told him he wasn't alone. $500. James was standing in the doorway. He looked at his shoes. He did not say a word. Not one word. I looked at the check for a long time. Then I folded it once. I put it in my pocket. I did not cry. I did not say anything.
I went completely cold. The way you go cold when something so wrong happens that your body doesn't know how to be warm anymore. That night, after Diana had gone and James had gone to bed, I went to the garage. Robert's toolbox was on the second shelf. Red metal, old, the handle worn smooth for 40 years of use. I opened it. The blue envelope was taped to the inside of the lid. Not hidden, not buried. Taped. Like he wanted it to be found by the right person and only the right person. Inside was a business card. Mitchell and Sons, Estate Law. An address in Duluth, Minnesota. A phone number. And beneath the card, a note in Robert's handwriting. His looped letters, the narrow T, the slant that always went left. It said, "Call Mitchell. Tell him Robert sent you. Tell him Diana already called." I sat on the garage floor for a long time. Then I went inside. I made coffee. I waited for morning.